Here is the honest answer after working on 500 BMWs. 91 octane. That is the baseline for any modern turbocharged BMW engine. Not because the manual says so, though it does, but because that is where the engine stops protecting itself and starts performing the way BMW built it to perform. 93 if you live somewhere hot, drive an M performance variant, or simply want the engine running at its full potential consistently. 87 if you want the engine spending every hard pull managing a gap between what the fuel can deliver and what the engine is asking for. And when someone asks me what I personally put in my own BMW, it is never 87. Every year, BMW owners spend hundreds on services that the right fuel choice would have delayed or avoided entirely. That is the short answer. But there are 7 things about this topic that BMW owners consistently get wrong. And getting them wrong is costing some of you money you don't need to spend. Let me go through all 7. If you have been running 87 for years without obvious symptoms, stay with me, because this is exactly where it gets interesting. Thing 1. 87 didn't break my BMW, so it doesn't matter. This is the most common thing I hear, and the person saying it is usually right. Their BMW didn't break. The engine protected itself. Here is what they didn't see. BMW's engine management system, the DME, uses NOx sensors bolted to the engine block. These sensors listen for pre-ignition, fuel igniting before the spark plug fires. When the sensors detect that signature, the DME responds immediately by retarding ignition timing, moving the combustion event slightly later in the cycle. The engine stays safe. No warning light. No obvious symptom. The driver feels nothing unusual on a light commute in mild weather. But the timing data tells a different story. I had a customer bring in a 5 Series with an N55 engine, just over 80,000 miles. He had been running 87 his entire ownership. The car had never complained. When I put it on diagnostics, the NOx sensor data showed the ECU had been pulling timing on almost every full throttle event. Consistently, over thousands of miles, the engine had been managing a protection response the owner never knew was happening. 6 months later, he needed a walnut blasting service. Carbon buildup on the intake valves. At $480. He needed it approximately 15,000 miles earlier than he should have. That is a direct cost traceable to the fuel decision. The car never broke, but it also never ran as designed, and it cost him money earlier than it should have. The absence of a warning light is not the same as the engine running as designed. The damage is invisible until it isn't. Thing 2. What the manual actually says. And the line most owners miss. Pull up the owner's manual on almost any modern turbocharged BMW. The 3 Series, 5 Series, X3, or X5. And the fuel section has 2 lines that most owners don't read carefully enough. Line 1, minimum octane rating. On most current U.S. market turbocharged BMW models, this is 91 AKI, the anti-knock index number on the pump. Line 2, recommended octane for optimal performance. On most turbocharged BMW engines, that recommendation is 93 where available. Most owners see the first line and stop. 91 minimum. Done. They miss the second line entirely. That second line is not marketing. BMW's engineers calibrated the turbocharged engine family around premium fuel. The minimum rating means the engine won't immediately damage itself on lower grades. It does not mean that is where the engine was designed to operate. One important note for viewers outside the US. If you are watching from the UK, Australia, or Europe, your pump shows RON ratings which run numerically higher. 95 RON at your pump is roughly equivalent to 91 AKI in the US. That is your baseline premium grade for a BMW. The minimum grade keeps the engine safe. The recommended grade is where the engine was built to live. Thing 3. Why your BMW feels slower on regular. The mechanism most owners never understand. Octane is resistance to pre-ignition. In a turbocharged BMW engine, this matters more than in a standard naturally aspirated car because the turbocharger raises cylinder pressure significantly above what a normal engine produces. And that elevated pressure is exactly where lower octane fuel becomes vulnerable. When the NOx sensors detect pre-ignition risk, the DME retards timing. The engine stays safe, but it is now running a timing map it wasn't designed to run. Under light conditions. Easy highway, moderate temperature, empty car. The effect is small. Most drivers genuinely can't feel it. The engine isn't under enough load to trigger meaningful protection response. Under load, it becomes something you feel. Full throttle, merging onto a highway. Climbing a grade with passengers. A warm day, engine working hard. The turbocharger is producing boost. Cylinder pressure rises. The lower octane fuel starts, showing the NOx sensor's activity. The DME pulls timing. The throttle response is fractionally slower. The power delivery is slightly blunted. Think of it like this. The engine has a performance map it wants to run. On lower octane, it can't always run that map. It is continuously trading some performance for protection. You pay for that trade in throttle response, shift behavior, and reserve underload. The engine isn't broken. It is managing. And managing is not the same as performing. Thing 4. The BMW engine where fuel grade matters most. Not all BMW engines respond to fuel grade equally. This is the thing the general automotive advice misses. The N54. BMW's twin turbocharged inline-six used in the 335i, 535i, and 135i from 2007 to 2016 is the engine where fuel grade has the most significant real-world impact. High boost pressure, high compression, and a direct injection system that cannot wash the intake valves combine to make this engine extremely sensitive to octane quality. N54 owners running 87 consistently are accelerating two problems simultaneously: timing retard under load and faster carbon accumulation on the intake valves. The N55 and B58, which power the majority of 3 Series, 5 Series, and X5 models your audience is likely driving, are less sensitive but follow the same principles. The B58 specifically uses a dual injection system that combines direct injection with port injection, which helps manage carbon buildup. But the NOx sensor mechanism and timing retard response work identically across all 3 engines. One engine where the fuel grade conversation looks different. The S55 and the M3 and M4. This is a high-revving, highly tuned engine where 93 is not optional for anyone driving it as intended. Some owners report running 87 occasionally without immediate symptoms, and the engine's sophisticated management system does protect it. But the S55 under track use or aggressive driving on lower octane is running with dramatically reduced timing advance. The engine is capable of significantly more than it is delivering on cheaper fuel. The engine most affected by this decision is likely sitting in a car your audience already owns. That is why this matters. Thing 5. Dealers don't explain octane correctly. Here's what they get wrong. This is the thing that frustrates me most after 500 BMWs. When a BMW owner asks a service advisor whether they need to use premium fuel, the most common answer is some version of, "It is recommended, but you can use regular if you need to." Technically accurate, practically misleading. What that answer doesn't explain is the mechanism. It doesn't explain that the engine is continuously making adjustments based on what fuel it is given. It doesn't explain that those adjustments have a performance cost that accumulates over thousands of miles. And it doesn't explain that for a turbocharged engine operated under load, which is exactly how most BMW owners drive their cars. The difference between 87 and 91 is not theoretical. It is measurable on diagnostics. The service advisor's answer serves the dealership's interest in keeping the relationship comfortable. Your engine's interest is different. I had a customer whose previous independent specialist had been telling him 87 was fine for 3 years. When he came to me at 95,000 miles with a rough idle and reduced power, the carbon buildup on his N55 intake valves had reached the point where walnut blasting alone wasn't going to fully restore performance. He needed walnut blasting plus a throttle body clean plus an intake manifold inspection. Total bill, $840. 3 years of saving 25 cents a gallon had cost him $840 in a single visit. The math on premium fuel only looks expensive until you run it against the service bill it prevents. Thing 6. When 93 is actually worth the money. 93 octane is not the answer for every BMW owner. For a large proportion of owners doing normal commuting in moderate climates, the difference between 91 and 93 is small enough that the additional cost doesn't justify itself in pure performance terms. If 91 is where the engine stops compensating, 93 gives it slightly more headroom, more resistance to pre-ignition under the most demanding conditions. But there is a specific profile where 93 earns every cent. and more BMW owners fit that profile than realize. Heavy load in hot climates. An X5 owner towing a boat trailer in Texas in August. A 5 Series on a long motorway drive in Florida summer heat with 4 passengers. An M Performance variant. M340i, M550i, X5 M50i. Being driven at its full capability. These are conditions where the engine is operating at the upper edge of its thermal range, where cylinder temperatures are elevated, and where the difference between 91 and 93 is measurable in throttle response and transmission behavior. For M Performance models specifically, BMW's own documentation states that 93 Octane produces the rated peak power figures. The M340i's 382 horsepower rating is achieved on 93. On 91 the figure is slightly lower. The engine is still performing well, but not at the number BMW put on the spec sheet. The cost math, approximately 15 to 20 cents more per gallon over 91. For 15,000 miles annually at 25 miles per gallon, that is roughly $90 to $120 per year over 91 Octane. Under heavy towing, use the efficiency gain from running the engine at full timing advance recovers a meaningful portion of that difference. Under light use it doesn't. That is why this is a use case answer, not a universal one. 93 earns the price specifically under sustained load and heat. If that is how you use your BMW, it is not a premium. It is the right fuel. Thing 7. The fuel grade I'd put in my own BMW. After 500 BMWs, working on everything from high-mileage 3 Series to current X5s, here is the honest answer I give myself and every owner who asks me directly. For a turbocharged BMW used primarily for commuting and weekend driving in a moderate climate. 91 Octane every time. No debate. The additional annual cost over 87 is approximately $120 to $180. Against the walnut blasting interval it accelerates, against the timing retard it avoids, against the engine running the map it was designed to run. That is not a close calculation. For a turbocharged BMW that tows regularly, operates in a hot climate, or has an M Performance engine. 93 every time. The engine is regularly at the conditions where the additional octane makes a measurable difference, and the cost difference over a year is modest relative to the performance and engine health benefit. For the owner who has been running 87 for years, switch to 91 now. You probably won't feel a dramatic transformation on your daily commute. But the next time you merge onto a highway at full throttle, the next time you push the car the way it was designed to be pushed, you will feel it. And your DME will thank you for it silently every single time it doesn't need to pull timing to protect itself. One more thing. If you are watching this and thinking, I've run 87 for years and nothing went wrong. I hear you. The engine protected itself. What I'd ask you to consider is what it gave up to do that. The performance it wasn't delivering. The service interval it was accelerating. The map it wasn't running. The car you paid for is capable of more than it has been giving you. Your BMW only knows one thing. Whether you gave it enough fuel for the job you are asking it to do. Give it enough. 7 things BMW owners get wrong about fuel. Let me leave you with the 3 that matter most. First, the minimum octane in your manual is an engineering floor, not an operating recommendation. The engine will run. It will not run as designed. Second, 91 octane is where most turbocharged BMW engines stop compensating and start performing. For most owners, it is the practical answer, and the cost difference over a year is smaller than almost everyone assumes. Third, if you have been running 87 without symptoms, the engine has been protecting itself every time you asked it to perform. Switch to 91. The car will tell you the difference. The 17 costly BMW mistakes video on this channel goes deeper into the habits. Oil specification, coolant checks, service intervals that determine whether a BMW engine reaches high mileage or doesn't. It is linked at the end. Watch it next. If this gave you a clearer answer than you had before, subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around one goal: making sure you are never the least informed person in the room when it comes to your BMW.